So, I guess YouTube doesn't let me pick my thumbnails anymore for live, which is annoying. I actually wanted to use my sound bowl real quick. Just for a few minutes. Let me turn this off. You like that? Hey y'all. Somebody got anxiety. I don't know who it is, but somebody got anxiety. Which one of y'all got anxiety? I felt so calm and relaxed. I felt like super good. And then right before I got on live, it's just like this wave of anxiety hit me. I'm like, what just happened that quick? Well, if you got anxiety, take some deep breaths, baby. Speaking of grounded, if you're in a position to put your feet flat on the floor, you please do that. It'll help you. D, baby, I don't know what a condenser microphone is, but if you would like to purchase me one, you can send it to me to my P.O. box. Just check the description box. If you feel like I need that, then buy me one and send it to me, babe. But if it's bothering you, then you know you can exit the live because you're not held hostage, I promise. That's what I said. I will scoot back a little bit though. But yeah, you guys don't do that, okay? And I'm not saying she meant bad, but don't be that guy. If I ever come into anybody's space and I don't like what they're doing, I'm out, right? Like, I'm just gonna leave. I'm not gonna make demands, especially demands that require money. But baby, you can definitely send me whatever you were talking about. Okay? Send it to me and I will use it just for you. Anywho, y'all try to take deep breaths, put your feet flat on the floor. Somebody got anxiety real bad. here eating all my crackers with his greedy self. Are you gonna leave? You like Debo. You gonna take from me and just leave? He's hilarious. It's 11:11. Make a wish. I just want healing for the world right now. I'm not gonna lie. My wish is for the world. My wish is for Mother Nature to heal herself in whatever way she needs to, whatever way it's necessary. My son said, yeah. I pray healing over the world and God's people. That's what I wish. I wish everybody in this live could just feel at peace and receive. This week, I wish that y'all would receive whatever it is that you need to keep going, honestly. It's 911. All right. I'm going to give that a break for just a second. You still got pieces right here, baby. You got this one big old piece. Oh my God, y'all. My son is so greedy. Thank you, Royalty. Grand Rising, honey. You know what's so crazy? And don't judge me because I just figured this out. I did not know. And y'all let me know if this is true because allegedly, I've heard from multiple people that this is true. I did not know. You all right? Slow down. I did not know that good morning was something that the slave master said to the slaves the morning after they unalived one of their friends or family members because they heard the slaves crying all night. So the next day they would say good morning to the slaves. Have y'all heard that before? Is that true? Is that why we're not supposed to say good morning? That's why we say Grand Rising. And it's crazy because people will make fun of people for saying Grand Rising. But it's like, we don't even understand what some of these words mean. And good morning means something bad and allegedly has something to do with, like, slavery. And that's so gross. But yeah, I heard that recently. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. Like, that really shocked me. But I've heard that from so many different people. Good morning. Good morning. Rich Rising. Yeah, I heard that. And I tried to look it up on Google, but there's not a lot of information about it. And I wish I had somebody. I could ask my granddad, but he's not that old, so I don't know. I could ask him, but I don't know. If you're of African American descent, ask one of your elders if that's true. Right. Y'all like the live for me? I've been MIA, y'all, because I've been working with a lot of my clients. I got like a lot of bookings out of nowhere, so I do appreciate y'all for that. But also, I got a little bit sick. I caught something. So that's my voice sounds a little weird. I caught something. My daughter caught it. My son, who never gets sick, if you hear him, he got a little cough. I wouldn't say he's sick, but he has like a little cough and he's a runny nose. So there's something going around. I think it's walk-in pneumonia or something. We all got it, honey. And I was like, wow, my son he's never gotten sick and he's almost a year old. Like never, because he's breastfed. And usually babies who drink their mother's milk, their immune system is a lot higher. So I got lucky with him. He never gets sick ever. So he's a little snotty. He got a little cough, but he is doing well. Still eating. Oh, you're not done with, eat that one. Eat this one, honey. Here. You are the greediest boy. He need warm water and fresh squeezed lemon. It wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm not 100% yet, but I'm almost there. I was like, let me check in on y'all because it's been a minute. It's been a long time. And every time I be wanting to like stay consistent and record, something happens. But I think it's God. Like, I don't know. I feel like God be like slowing me down a lot. Because as soon as I get momentum and I'm like, okay, I'm really connected. I feel grounded. I have a lot of messages I want to put out. I have a lot I want to say. I have a lot I want to do. Something always stops me. I don't think it's like a negative energy. I think it's something positive. I think it's God, because I've been spending a lot of time connecting with God, connecting with myself, a lot of time meditating. So I hope you guys have been doing that too. But I'm also like, I'm a huge alchemist. So even the times where it's like I have to rest, it always works in my favor every time. So y'all, if you ever feel like you're called to rest, or you feel like, no, honey, I got one for you right here. Look, 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 look. Look, baby. Look. I got one for you right here. There you go. I really wish you would get out. I'm sorry. I love you, but you're like really tearing through these crackers. But yeah, if you ever feel called to rest, or just like you have this creative spark, but you feel like you can't do anything about it, if you spend a lot of time like isolating, or just doing some deep inner reflecting, writing, whenever you feel like that, like specifically you feel really creative, you got a burst of energy, but all of a sudden it gets snatched away from you, make sure that you seek inner guidance, go within, and make sure that that's not like the Holy Spirit or the Most High God like telling you to pump your brakes. It's not always the enemy. And I don't like to think like that, because I feel like it gives the enemy so much power. And I just feel like the enemy does not have it don't have that type of power like over y'all. Okay. Like it just, at this point, like we've come so far. No, like, because we're so aware of the same trick, because the enemy always has the same tricks. We're so aware now. It's just like, no. So, but that being said, just go within and reflect and see if God just wants you to recognize, okay, I'll give you this burst of creative energy, but I want you to be strategic. I want you to take your time. I want you to connect with me more in the spirit, so I can give you proper guidance on how to execute. Because a lot of us who are super creative, we're creative. Like our energy is limitless. Our creativity is limitless. There's nothing that we cannot do. We have 1,000,000 creative ideas. Our juices are always flowing. But a lot of times we will quickly execute something that God wants us to be strategic at, and we will burn out, or we won't execute it properly. So just, that's why meditation is so important, because it gives you that awareness. Okay. So y'all remember that. Like the live for me, honeys. God is good all the time. God is good all the time. God is good all the time. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I was just saying that this morning. But I missed y'all. What have y'all been up to? I hope y'all are staying well. Subtle word changes and meanings and play on words have always been a tactic of adversary. The lesson was learned with the conversation in the Garden of Eden with Eve and the serpent. Stay wise. Right. But yeah. I just wanted to check in on y'all while I have a moment, and my phone has a little bit of juice to it. I don't know if I'm going to post today. I may or may not. I just want to make sure I'm 100% and my energy is like super relaxed. But I really hope you guys have been meditating. Okay? Like, you need to be meditating almost every day. And I feel like, I don't care what your lifestyle is, everyone has like 15 minutes to meditate and connect with like the Holy Spirit and like the Most High God, whatever you believe in. Because either way, you're connecting with your spirit, like the spiritual realm, and your higher self is in the spiritual realm. The Holy Spirit is there, your angels, the Most High God. All of that is in the spiritual realm. So when you meditate, you're connecting with whoever is giving you guidance, okay? So it doesn't matter what you believe in. Y'all know me, but just make sure that you're doing that. But look up 15-minute guided meditations. However long you feel like you can meditate. You could do 5 minutes. Just type in 15 minutes or X amount of minutes guided meditation, and you'll hear somebody who is guiding you through that meditation. I have meditations in my description box on all of my videos that you can listen to. I'm in that rest and recovery mode right now too. Thank you for adding that piece. It ain't the enemy. The Most High will force you to rest sometimes. Yeah, because you got to conserve your energy. I was just thinking about that video that I made titled, "It's important for you to rest and recover before something comes in." And y'all know what, y'all? Like, I was I had just got back from dropping my daughter off at school, and I was driving, and I just felt this heart, like my heart space just opened up, and I felt this energy of like love. Okay, so if you guys are open and receptive to love, you can receive this message. But if you're not, then just ignore it. But for those of you who are open and receptive to love in all forms, something new is coming in. Like, this is new love, okay? This is new. Somebody's about to receive a new love. Like, you could have even thought like somebody from your past was the person that you were supposed to be with, but it turned out that that's not the case, and you're actually going to be with somebody else, somebody new that you've never met before, and it's going to be beautiful. Hold on, he's stuck. I got you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm trying to kick him out. You made a true difference in my life. I'm happy to hear that. These days I've been sleeping more. Yeah. I don't feel like I've been dealing with illness of children, so I haven't been sleeping that much. I'm a little tired actually. But I have been meditating a lot, and something about like the more you meditate, the less tired you feel. I don't know. Because meditation is just like, it just feels so amazing. Like once you get to the point where I won't say you're an expert at it, but you are like, I don't know, you're a little bit more advanced. You're not like a newbie at meditation. It just feels so good. It feels so amazing. And my favorite part also is like, let's say that you're somewhere, let's say you've been meditating consistently, or maybe you just meditated like the other day. A lot of times in guided meditations, they will remind you right before they tell you to like wiggle your toes and like slowly open your eyes and get back into your body, because it feels like you were floating. Once they tell you to do that, they remind you to take the energy that you felt when you were higher up, like you were in the spiritual realm. They tell you to take that energy with you. And my favorite thing is, even if you can't meditate, let's say you're at work or you're driving or you're somewhere around people, you can't just like stop and meditate in that moment. If you like take a huge deep breath and release and just ground your energy, it takes you back to that place that you were at once you finish meditating, like that high that you were on once you finish meditating. So that's what I really like. So y'all do that as well. Breath work is really important, and just emotional regulation overall. This is the perfect time, if any, to focus on emotional regulation because of everything that's going on in the world and everything that they're throwing at us. They're definitely trying to mess with the collective nervous system. I'm not going to get into politics and all that because that's just not what my page is about. Like, I don't feel like I have to use my platform to talk about that. And I just won't. Not today, at least. I have nothing to say about that because at the end of the day, I just believe that God is in control and has the last say so. But there's a lot going on in the world, okay? I'm very well informed about what's going on in the world. I'm very aware because I want to make sure I can do what I need to do to protect myself and my family, but I'm not going to dwell on it. So just make sure that you are staying informed, spiritual beings. Like, I know we so spiritual, we know all of this is like some BS, but still stay informed, because it doesn't matter how spiritual that you are. Some of these things will affect you or a loved one, okay? There's spiritual people all over the world being affected by the state of the economy and etc. So stay informed, but don't like absorb it so much. Don't like dwell in it so much. Just be aware of it, okay? That's it. Just be aware, and then just like relax and say, okay, well, me and my family will be okay. Like, God is guiding me right now. Like, even though these things are going on, tell yourself that it's okay to say that. This won't affect me. This will not be my reality. This won't be my family's reality. Everything is still okay. Everything is still working out for me. That's how I am, because I believe in balance, and I don't want to live in a world where I'm not informed about certain things that are going on, but I'm also not going to dwell on it, because it's just like, there's no point, especially if it's something I can't control. But I said that to say, this is a time where they're really messing with our energy, and it's on you to practice emotional regulation. It's on you to log off when you're feeling uncomfortable or triggered. No one's forcing you to be on the internet. That's your choice. You're choosing to be on the internet, and you got to be careful the things that you are consuming, right? So just make sure that you make meditation a daily practice. Make sure that you make reading and like going outside, literally touching grass and just being in nature and going for walks. Even if you are on social media, make sure that you are actually paying attention to the content that you are consuming, things of that nature, and just relax. Like, if you need clarity and guidance, meditate. Always. Even before you book me for a one-on-one session, do a meditation by yourself. Get that guidance and clarity, because meditation will give you more guidance than I ever could. Like, I'm very good at what I do, not to toot my own horn. Like, I'm very good. But meditation is still the way, because God will tell you things that he does not want anybody else to know, not even me. Please rise above superstition. We need you out here in the real world. Rise above superstition. I'm not superstitious at all, but I'm very spiritual. But like I said, I'm going to be informed because I'm not an idiot. So, like, that's just what it is. Like, I'm not going to be stupid either. Like, I'm spiritual, but I'm not dumb. And I'm going to stay ready so I don't have to get ready. But at the same time, he gave me power to control my reality at the same time. So as long as I am not low vibrational, I can stay informed all I need to. But there's just a lot of people who they don't know they don't have that balance. Like, they will really be scared of what's going on in the world because they don't know how to, like, be aware and let it go. Would you say it's okay to consume negative media if you can flip it to something positive? That's basically what I'm saying. That's basically what I'm saying right now. You can consume negative. You got to be careful though, because as alchemists, we love negative energy because we can turn it into positive energy so quickly. But you got to be careful. I would not say just constantly be consuming negative media. That's not smart. I would just say, if you happen to come across negative media, or if you happen to want to do your own research, do that, but also step back into your body, connect back with the spiritual realm, where that's where life is really happening. That's where things really matter. So just step back into that. Step back into like connecting with the Holy Spirit. Step back into like, okay, or let it motivate you. Like, that's another form of transmutation. Let it motivate you to like, okay, this is going on, but this is exciting because now I can do this and I'm gonna do this, and this is gonna motivate me to like get XYZ done. Like, you have to, in any situation, it doesn't matter what's going on in the world, as a human being, you have to learn how to adapt. If you cannot adapt, then you're not going to survive, period. I don't care how spiritual you are. You have to learn how to adapt. It's just like, God is like, we got ancestors and like angels that have been around for forever, like centuries. Okay, you got people who watch over you who like passed away 100, 500, 600 years ago. They had to adapt to the changing times every time they watch over somebody in your bloodline. Okay, so they were watching over people in your bloodline before we had cell phones. Now we got cell phones. They have to learn to adapt to our physical realm and how to connect with us in our physical realm. Okay, they have to learn to adapt as well. So you need to learn how to adapt, period. So if you don't like the state of the world, if you can't move through something, move around it. How can you ask yourself, how can I allow the state of the world to work for me and my family? What can I do to have this situation work in my favor? There's always a way. You just got to be informed enough to know that. Like, there's always a way to make situations turn in your favor. That's what an alchemist does. So all alchemists have the ability to adapt. Can you adapt to the changing times? Can you adapt to the changes within the economy? Can you adapt to the fact that a lot of the food is being poisoned and we have to like go out here and actually start a garden, like adapting to the fact that the food prices are rising. This is a perfect example. Okay, this is not happening everywhere, and some people can afford it, some people can't. But like if so, they're saying the food prices are going to be high for a little while. Okay, we're already seeing that. We are seeing that they're actually like emitting everything is poison, which we already knew that. How can you adapt in a situation like that? What are you going to do? Are you going to sit here and cry about it? And you could cry. You all right, baby? He got a little cough, y'all. You can cry about it for 2 seconds, but all that crying is not going to get you out of this situation because we cannot control that. So you need to figure out, how can I adapt to that? If I can't control it, how can I adapt? Put your thinking cap on. Go meditate. God may have a very specific way he can get you to adapt to a situation. Not all of us are going to adapt the same. But what resources do you have? What spiritual gifts do you have? What can you do to help you and your family through these situations? Because we got to get to the point where it's like, okay, we got to think of solutions. We know what the problem is, but what is the solution to the problem? Because talking about it is only going to get you so far. It's only going to make you feel good for like 2 seconds. So yes, maneuver wisely and accordingly. Exactly. You got to move accordingly. You have to adapt. That's just what it is. It's like fight or flight. Like, what are you going to do? But one thing you don't want to do is to live in fear. We are living in a time where all the conspiracy theories are not so far-fetched. Exactly. There's plenty of conspiracy theories that they said were not true until it was true. Everything is a lie till it's true. But yeah, that's basically just what I want y'all to know. Don't live in fear. Inform yourself. Be aware. But stay grounded. Like, you got to have a balance. You got to have a balance. If you got to cry, go ahead and cry. But at the same time, you have to also move strategically. Please don't use magic on the baby's cough. Consult a real doctor. Honey, I don't know what you're talking about. My baby has a doctor. I don't know what magic that you're speaking of. My baby has a doctor. But I suggest that you just not worry about my son before you get caught up in a situation you don't want to be in. I'll tell you that. That's some magic. That's some magic for you. Don't speak on innocent children unless you... Don't speak on innocent children. Don't worry about children that do not belong to you, or you're going to find yourself dealing with some real magic that don't have nothing to do with me. Y'all right. I'm going to ignore him. My bad. I just, like, don't speak on my kids, y'all. Just don't. Like, don't even say nothing nice at this point. Yes, vertical gardening and a lot of indoor grown options. Also community gardens, if they don't tear those down too. Girl, yes. I cried yesterday. What about the U.S. taking over? I'm not going to say it. I'm going to say the G word because I don't know how sensitive YouTube is. But I did hear about that, and it reminds me of kind of like the Trail of Tears, like the Native Americans went through. It's just unfortunate. It's really disgusting. And I don't know. I don't even know what to say, because I feel like anything I say, not that it will be insensitive, but what is it going to do to help those people, you know? Like, if I say I send my thoughts and prayers to those people, like, what do I even say about that? Like, it's just unfortunate. I don't like it. I did hear a little bit about it, but I'm not going to dwell on it right now. Unless, I mean, if I see something I can do specifically to help, I can do that. But other than that, it's just sad. It's unfortunate. A lot of things are going on that's unfortunate. But I just feel like everything that's happening right now is happening for a reason. And something good will come out of it. And I know that sounds like, I don't know. Yeah, this has been happening for so long. Like, even to, like, my people. Like, this has always been happening for so long. Yeah, but y'all be careful typing certain stuff in my live, because I don't want my live to get flagged. So keep it peaceful over here. But if you guys want to talk about political issues, I can definitely recommend you to, like, a couple of TikTok pages who talk about political issues, and they want to, like, that's their frequency. That's what they talk about. I can point y'all in the right direction, but that's not what my page is about. And I'm not trying to be insensitive. I just like, there's so many people already doing that. I don't want to be another page doing that. So, but I can point y'all in the right direction if y'all want to talk about political issues. Like, I'm not here to talk about that today. He was a greedy boy. Thank y'all for liking the live. I appreciate that. If y'all got any questions, let me know that, you know, are relevant. Oh, I met a girl I like. I met a girl, I like her. She sometimes likes me, sometimes not, but I made full efforts. But she left me for his ex. What to do? Is it a girl or a boy? You said his ex. I feel like you just need to let that go and just like charge it to the game, to be honest. Just let it go. Like, if somebody's inconsistent, you said you like her, but she's like, one moment she likes you, one moment she doesn't, and she just went back to her ex, you need to let that go and just like move on with your life. Like, is that the type of person that you want? You want somebody who's just gonna run back to their ex and be inconsistent? Like, what do you even like about her if she's doing that? Is there a prayer to stop feeling sad? No. And honestly, y'all, I would not rely on prayer to help you through your emotions. I would just feel my emotions. Like, if anything, I'm like, God, please guide me through this time where I'm feeling sad. Keep your hand on me. Make sure that I don't like succumb to my emotions, but you need to feel your emotions. Like, don't try to not feel them. I don't think God is going to be like, all right, you're not sad no more. There's a reason. There's a purpose for your pain. It's a purpose for your sadness. So just feel sad. Like, it's okay to be sad. It's a normal human emotion. Why would you want to pray that feeling away? Just pay attention to the sadness and what it's trying to teach you, and then, you know, move through it, feel how you need to feel, and then try your best to get back into your normal state and your grounded energy. Yeah, you can ask God to comfort you. That's just like if you have a child and the child is feeling heartbroken. You comforting your child and saying positive words could possibly make them feel good in that moment, but at the end of the day, they have to feel that heartbreak. Yeah, even as an adult, like, if you're heartbroken about something, you just have to feel it. The worst thing you can do is try not to feel it. Just feel it. God will comfort you, but he's not going to make you stop being sad. I have a feeling. Oh, okay. I guess they changed that. They used to let me do it, but I guess not. I have a feeling to make her regret. I know this is not a good feeling to take revenge on how to deal with this. If that's what you want to do, you can do that, but just be ready for the consequences of whatever you're going to do. I don't recommend revenge, but if that's what you want to do, like, go ahead. That's on you. That's on you, babe. Your words are so powerful that when you speak or project a concern, it compels another in a car majority of ways. So when you minimize the volume of what can be done to help a country so much, viewers. Not in a bad way. Just make her realize that she lost a good person. I mean, I don't know you, so I can't say that you're a good person or not. But also, y'all be careful, because I'm assuming that you're a man. I just want to say this, and don't take offense to this, because this is like some deep self-reflection. And women can be like this too. Because I feel like a lot of women think they're just like perfect and can do no wrong. But I feel like it's more harmless for us. But for men, a lot of times y'all feel very entitled to women, and y'all feel like you're a great person. You think you're a good guy because you like her. But that doesn't make you a good guy. And she doesn't have to see you that way. She don't have to see you as a good guy. If you were so great and she was in a place to like recognize your greatness, then she would be with you. And she went back to her ex. So either this ex is better than you in her eyes, or she's not in a place to receive your love. And it's kind of like you got to get to a place where you just have to accept that. Not everybody is ready to receive your love, but don't believe exactly, like, take the rejection. Men have a very hard time accepting rejection, and it can get kind of dangerous because y'all feel like, well, I'm nice and I like her. She's supposed to like me back. That's not how life works. She don't have to do nothing. So if she showed you that she was inconsistent, she does not like you. Like, obviously, because if she liked you, she would be around you. She does not like you, assuming that you all are adults. And she went back to somebody else, just charge it to the game and let it go. Like, I'm not gonna tell you, oh, you're just such a good person, and she's so crazy for not wanting you. I don't know you. I don't know what you did, said. I don't know nothing about you. All I can tell you is you just need to let that go. Let her be with her ex and move on. Like, I'm always like what did Beyonce say? Always stay gracious, best revenge is your paper. Like, I'm the type of person, I don't get revenge. I get hotter and I get smarter and I get richer and I get more like abundant. I get more godlike. And I'm going to forget you. That's the type of person I am. So I think there's nothing wrong with that. Don't make your growth and your like, oh, I'm a stunt. Don't make it about her, because you could do all of that and then she could just be like, I don't care. Then you did it for nothing. Like, just get better. Just get better for you and just be like, you know what? I want to align myself with somebody who's actually for me. So I'm going to go get in the gym. I'm going to read a book. I'm going to get another degree. I'm going to, like, I don't know, go for a raise at work. I'm going to get a new haircut. Like, I'm going to do things to make myself feel good and more confident, because I know when you look good, you feel good and you attract better. And you can attract better than her if you feel like she wasn't, you know. Just get hotter, honestly. What are you looking for, honey? What you looking for, honeybee? What you looking for? What are you looking for? I don't have any more. You have one big piece right there. What you looking for? Yes, like, who cares? Too many simps, not enough players. Stop calling guys simps. Y'all are destroying the world. Yes, that's what I said. What happened? You want some water? I need some water to wash down all my crackers. Yummy. Yummy. Okay, I'm gonna get you some more. I got a little bit in this water bottle. Got a little bit left. For all, you could have dodged a mental case too. Okay, but also stop telling yourselves that. Like, why she gotta be... Just because somebody does not want to be with you does not make them mentally ill. Like, do not tell yourself that. That's so, like, egotistical. Guys give each other the worst advice ever. Like, take a look in the mirror and do some deep inner reflection. None of us are perfect. We all have stuff we need to work on. Do not walk around here telling yourself, she don't like me, she mentally ill. Men do that all the time. You was ugly anyway. You was a baby mama anyway. Like, stop. Y'all be lying to yourselves, and that's why you be in the same situation. Be honest with yourself. Was that girl mentally ill? And if she was mentally ill, what does that say about you? Because you wanted her. Like, be honest. You're a whole adult. Too many simps and not enough players. I hate that. Don't listen to that. No, somebody else said that. Look who climbed from under a rock. Honey. Pimp down. Pimp down. I was down. Can we agree she may be mentally ill, though? No. We can't. I don't know her. But I'm not finna sit up here like and feed your ego either, because how many men in the world have always felt like that? Oh, she didn't want me. She didn't want me. She must be crazy. She must be mentally ill. She was ugly anyway. Like, but you wanted her, so it's not cool for you to be like, well, she something must be wrong with her. No, something must be wrong with you. I don't say mentally ill. Never, never. She's a good person. Only thing I was hurted. Where you from, my love? That she told me she don't want relationship, but she liked me, but she changed when the ex came. That's the only thing that happens to. You know how many people in the world that's happened to? You know how many times people have dated somebody and they have liked somebody, and then all of a sudden their ex comes back into their life, and then they go run off with their ex? That happens to the best of us, honey. It happens to people all the time. It's okay. She probably really did like you, but her ex, she has history there. She has a connection there. That's who she wanted to run off in the sunset with. Let her go. And if she not happy with him, then I mean, she gonna have to learn that lesson again. Like, I don't know your situation, but if you're saying she's a good person, then that's great. Hold on to that. Don't be sitting here in the comments like some of these men talking about she was probably mentally ill and all this other stuff. Like, no. You can acknowledge, say she's a good person, but maybe she still has unfinished business, or maybe she hasn't finished a cycle out with her ex. Some people, it happens, y'all. It just happens. Y'all are terrible. And this is why when men say, oh, I don't care about, nobody cares about men's mental health. Y'all don't care about your own mental health. Look at the stuff y'all saying to him. Y'all don't need to be saying that and then want to cry and talk about nobody cares about y'all's mental health. Y'all don't even have a support system within each other. That's crazy. That's crazy. No, I don't agree with that. I appreciate, the fact that you were real enough to say she's a good person. She has an unfinished cycle with her ex. Let her do her. You just get better, and just when you're ready to start dating again, go date. No, it's too much. Yes, Edward. That's how they be, but they'll be all right. They'll heal eventually. Yeah. Don't play the nice guy. I don't think anybody should be a nice guy or a nice girl. I do think that you should be respectful. You should be kind-hearted, but also know what type of world that we live in. Like, don't think negative. It's just about balance, y'all. You gotta have balance, okay? You gotta have balance. Before I get into that, there's no freedom of speech on my channel. So if you say something I don't like, I'm going to block you. I just want to make that clear. You don't have freedom of speech on my channel. Anywho. Exactly. I don't even know what I was finna say, but just get better and just move on. Oh, about the kind-hearted thing. Be kind-hearted, be graceful, but don't be too nice, but also recognize what type of world that we live in. Exactly. Don't be naive. Just recognize what type of world we live in and just accept the consequences. Like, there's people out here who love and they will love again and again and again and again, no matter how many times they get heartbroken, because their heart, it just hits different. And there's some people who get heartbroken one time and then they're over it. Some people get heartbroken a couple times, but you gotta just have balance and accept responsibility for yourself. Like, rejection is okay. It's okay to be rejected. Rejection is such a beautiful thing if you choose to look at it like that. Yeah. I love love. I'll love over and over again, but I'm also not stupid. I mean, I'm not going to... I haven't always made the most, intelligent decisions. What you laughing at? But, you know, you live and you learn, okay? I haven't always made the best decisions. I have done things that, you know, I said I wasn't going to do. But, you know, you just live and you learn. You just got to laugh about it. What are you doing? You want me to pick you up? I think he wants me to pick him up. Ooh, honey. Why are you laughing? I'm like holding on to it. I gave him a haircut the other day, y'all. And I did not do a good job, so don't. You are a spiritual baddie. They don't get it. They don't, but it's okay. It ain't for them to understand. So quick, interesting question. Was it naivety? Lacks sense of responsibility? You can look at it that way. I mean, you can also argue it's a lack of accountability. But at the same time, it just depends. Like, it's so many, like a child is naive. He's snotty, y'all. He got a little cold. A child is naive, right? But I also would not blame a child for, like, being naive. They don't know any better. But once you get to the point where you have gone through the same cycle over and over again, like you've been here before, yeah, at some point you got to take accountability. You got to be responsible. But I feel like a lot of people who are naive, it's because they're so good, they're so kind-hearted. Like I was naive for the longest, y'all, especially when it came to love. Super naive, okay? Y'all don't know the half. Don't ever look over here and think it's perfection, because it's not. Like I can relate to that. Being naive is usually, it's not even a lack of intelligence, because I feel like empathy is intelligence. Your ability to be empathy shows your intelligence. So I wouldn't say it's a lack of intelligence. I just think it's like, I don't know. It's such a double-edged sword. Like, it's kind of hard to say. Like, it is, but it's not. You have to learn at some point, or you're going to keep going through the same thing. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. Naive to a fault, yeah. Like, it's certain things I've been naive about, like, yeah. But then again, because as adults, it's like, you know, right before you make a decision, you know, all right, this may not go in my favor. Can you really blame what happens? Can you really get upset about what happens if you decided to do what you're doing? You know, like, you knew may have been a consequence to it. Is that really naive? I don't know. Y'all asking the wrong person. Compassion and healthy boundaries. Yeah, just, there you go. Just have boundaries. Just have boundaries. Okay? Or are you going to keep going through the same situation? How to tell if somebody is a hater, even though they try to give good advice. Sometimes I sense a little shade. How can I be careful of certain who they are? I feel like, one, ask yourself, do you feel like you are using your discernment in the situation with the shade that somebody is throwing? Or do you feel like it's coming from a place of kind of like projection? And I don't really want to use that word, but kind of like, you know how you have been through something with like people in this so many times in the past, like you've had so many people in your past who have thrown shade at you, that you meet somebody and you feel like it's harder to tell if they're throwing shade or not. So first I would ask myself that question. Like, is it coming from like wounds that are unhealed, or am I using my discernment? So I don't know. And honestly, I've been through that so many times. People being passive aggressive and throwing shade. But at the same time, I feel like, you know, when somebody's throwing shade, like, you don't even have to question that. If you are questioning it, you've already answered your question. You should not be around somebody and even feel like that person is throwing shade at you. Like, why? Like, I'm pretty sure you have people in your life you never question if they're being shady or they're being passive aggressive, right? that's because they're not that type of person. But if you feel, especially if it's happened more than once, like, has this happened more than once? Like, ask yourself that question. Your son knows some stuff too. He might have an ascendant soul. Yeah, he's a Pisces. You know, Pisces are, all water signs are really intuitive. Yeah, I've been through that though. People making passive aggressive remarks at me, especially when you're kind hearted and naive. Like, oh my God, they will make so many remarks at you because they feel like you're not. I feel like that can be kind of seen as very naive though. I don't know, because it's not coming from a negative place. Like, you don't want to see the bad in people, like, especially when you're a good person or you have a good heart. I'll say you have a good heart. You don't want to see the bad in the people around you. But honestly, the version of them that you're seeing doesn't exist. That is just, you're basically seeing yourself and other people. So, yeah, cut that off. Passive aggressiveness, I don't play that. Shade, I don't play that. Been there, done it. You can't come back around me. I've had people from my past hit me up who knew they were shady, who knew they were trifling, try to hit me up, trying to get back cool with me. Girl, the audacity of you to even approach me or to type out a message to me. The audacity of you to even do that. Like, I'm stupid. And you about to just play in my face. Like, go play in traffic, to be honest. I don't know what y'all talking about. And it's a whole male. Ugh, men can be messy too. It don't even matter. Like, even if it's a man, cut that off. I've dealt with that too. Especially if it doesn't make you feel good. And they'll tell you like, oh, you can't take a joke. And it's like, it's not that I can't take a joke. Like, the things that you're trying to play on my insecurities, or you're trying to like take digs at specific things about me. It's not a joke. And I don't like the way it makes me feel. And if I don't like the way it makes me feel, you can just get from around me. Simple. Like, all right, well, I don't care about it being a joke. I don't like it. So if I don't like it and this is my life, you can't be around me. How would I respond without getting frustrated and angry? Acceptance. If you just accept people for who they are, it's no reason to get angry. Like, don't be angry. That's just who they are. Accept it. I think we get frustrated because we paint a picture of people in our head, and when they don't live up to that, it is frustrating because you thought this person was one way and they're not. That's not who they really are. That's just how you perceive them to be. So once they show you who they really are, accept it. It's not about you. You didn't do anything wrong. That's it. You just gotta let it be. Let them be, let it be. I've had to learn to do that with people. Like, there's a lot of people, especially like family, they will disappoint you over and over again. And it's frustrating. And it can be embarrassing, especially when your family moves in a way that's just diabolical. Like, it's so trifling. You don't even have to be directly involved in the situation. That's his birthday, million heiress. Y'all got the same birthday. I love y'all. But yeah, you have to just accept people for who they are, because they'll do things and it's just like, I don't even know you, but you never really knew that person, right? Like, did you ever really know that person if they are acting in a way that you didn't recognize? Because if you knew who this person really was, you would never have been around them. And I feel like a lot of times God will he will cloak people as well as us, which I have a message about this, but it's a little bit different. He'll cloak other people because there's a lesson that needs to be learned from that situation. And if that person was uncloaked and they came exactly as they are, no manipulation, then you wouldn't have learned the lesson you needed to learn from dealing with that person. Like, you just gotta, it's life, y'all. Like, people are gonna disappoint you. Your children will disappoint you, your family will disappoint you, your friends. So many people will disappoint you, but the disappointment is just coming from a place of love. Like, I love this person, I care about this person, and I don't like the way they're acting. But you just gotta accept it. Like, there's nothing I can do about it at the end of the day. Yeah, it's definitely don't put people on a pedestal. Don't do that. I left 2 families and started my own, the collective. What does that mean? I hope you don't mean you left your kids, Luke. Some women like their emotions played with. Like, even saying that is toxic. I think that you're projecting, and I think you just like to play with women's emotions. Like, that don't even make sense. Go up to a woman and tell her, go up to a woman that you like, that you think is pretty, that you want to vibe with. Tell her, I'm going to play with your emotions this entire time that you're dealing with me. And you let me know if that woman continues to deal with you. Because a lot of y'all say you play but you're not even honest about your intentions. If you can't be honest about your intentions, then you're not who you think you are. Because most of y'all, especially in dating, most of y'all, if you told the truth about who you were and your intentions, you wouldn't get no play at all. You gotta lie. You the real simp. If you keep going back, then you like your emotions play with. That's like saying when y'all be losing y'all parlays and all that little sports betting that y'all do, y'all lose your sport bets, but y'all still be going back and betting. So what does that say about y'all? You like your emotions play with? You like your money play with. That's even worse. That is not true. Please stop talking about my son for something happened to you. Like, I don't understand why y'all do this. And it's always men. Like, why are y'all coming in here talking about my son? Like, you really that bold? Yeah. Like, you real bold. Yeah. You know what will happen to you? Yeah. Yeah. How does it make sense to play with the emotions of the woman you're into? It's not logical. No, it's not. It's not. And it's funny because men always say that they're so logical, but they will do things like that, which is extremely illogical. He got my kiss marked all over his forehead. That is so illogical. Yeah. 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 Exactly. I'm covering his mouth like it's somebody in front of me. The point is to not get you to feel some type of way. Like I said, if you really him, go up to a woman that you like, tell her your true intentions, and see if she continues to deal with you. Tell her, my mattress is on the floor. I got roaches. I can't keep a job. I'm really driving my baby mama car. And I plan on playing with your feelings this entire time. The chain I'm wearing belongs to my homeboy. The strap I'm toting, I stole it. Tell her the real you, all your intentions straight up soon as you meet her. And then we'll find out if you really him or not. Go up to her and say, I'm going to play with your emotions this entire time. There is not a single woman in this world who is going to deal with a man who comes up to them and says, I'm here to waste your time. Y'all don't do that because y'all only intentions is getting her in your bed. And you know you not that man for real. And you cannot get her in your bed unless you lie, which is why you call other men who respect women simps. Because you don't respect yourself. And a man who does not respect himself will never respect you. Please stop, Carter. You right. Even though I deleted your comment, I'm gonna give him his teeth and ring because I do not want him chewing on this. I ain't even noticed. Oh, hold on 1 second, please. You so heavy. You the heaviest guy. Ooh, you a big baby. Here. That's what it really is. They're in the darkness, and so they scout out people who are That's true. I'm that type of guy. You're lying. No, you're not. You're not that type of guy. That type of guy does not exist. Like, I promise you it don't. Ask women, because women actually date men. So unless you date men, I'm not sure where you would get that from. But for women who actually date men, that is not true. Somebody lying. All these men saying that they are that type of guy, but the women are saying that y'all don't exist. But we're the ones dating y'all. You think you that type of guy. You want to be that type of guy. But you're not. Because you would get no play. Ever. Ever. That's why y'all gotta lie. That's why I don't date girls and I want a woman. I've been celibate working for a year next month. Shout out to you, Luke. Keep doing that. Am I over 30? No. I'm 20. Fine. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to embarrass you like that. I'm 25. You know I'm not over 30. Are you sleepy? Uh-oh, nap time. Uh-oh. You watching this? I didn't even know you had a baby, for real, for real. Yeah, I do have a daughter. That's how you know you him. All your ex-girlfriends should fight for you when you're not in the room. Oh, wow. That's interesting. And to earn a woman worthy of love or the honesty, loyalty, and sacrifice it takes. It's just played out. A lot of people's dating tactics are played out. It's because hookup culture is dying. Yeah, shout out to the 4B movement. I think it's a good thing. I mean, I feel like it'll always be around, but it'll just be less people doing it, and I think that's a great thing. It's time for the men to come out. Do you mean like come out like the closet? You talking about it's time for them to come out the closet? Because I agree with that. I totally agree with that. It's definitely time for them to come out the closet. 4B, I can't put it into words exactly, but there was it's basically just like a movement that women came up with. I want to say, I don't know exactly where, somewhere in Asia. I want to say Korea, but I could be wrong. But it's a movement where women have decided like they're gonna be completely celibate. They're not gonna have children. They're not gonna get married. They're just basically decentering men and not dealing with them at all because of the constant disrespect and the abuse and things of that nature. But I would just look it up on Google. It'll give you better information than I can, but that's basically what it is. Women just decentering men altogether. Unmarried women. Like, obviously somebody who's married wouldn't do that, but unmarried women, I guess like engaged women wouldn't participate, but single women decentering men. Thanks, Bubba Love. Appreciate you. Y'all know he's silly. Most of my brothers get touched when women talk about them being in the closet. I don't know why. I just feel like it's a lot of confusion. I feel like a lot of men are, a lot of straight men, straight heterosexual men are sexually attracted to women, but they're not romantically attracted to women. Like, they just kind of want a body to rub up against, but they don't want to, like, date or be romantic with her, which is why those real dolls and, like, the robot SCX dolls are, like, on the rise now. Because men, and sorry, y'all, if you young, this is going to be kind of TMI how I'm going to say this, but most, like, straight, like, men, they just want a couple holes to, like, I don't mean hoes, like holes. They just want like 3 holes, and they just want to make sure one of them doesn't talk. So that's why a lot of men are gonna like, they're gonna have like these little robot dolls and things, because they can control the robot. The robot can do whatever it says, and it's not gonna talk back. Like, it can be programmed not to talk back, and they can just like, they just want something to rub up against. They don't want real connection with women. They don't want to buy her flowers, take her on dates, and be romantic with her. They just want to, like, get off. That's all they want. Like, honestly, most men. Yeah, they just want some fun times, somebody. They want somebody who's going to cook for them, shut up, and just like bend it over. And sorry to be vulgar, y'all. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. You set up. But yeah, that's what they want. So, and that's what they're going to get, but they're going to get it with a robot. That's what they're going to get. And women are accepting that, and we're fine with that. Because I feel like a lot of women are understanding, like, I know you're saying it's negative, and I feel you, babe, but it's also just realistic. Like, it's not everybody. It's not. Like, I know really great, like, men. Like, I do. But I'm just saying that's the truth. Like, as a straight woman who has dated men and was also raised in a house with 3 older brothers, who has 4 older brothers in total, I know how men think. They're nasty. Most of them are nasty. Most of them are entitled, and most of them just want something to rub up against. They don't want romance, which is why they give it to their friends. A man will be more romantic to his homeboy than he will to his women. Now, has that been my experience? No. That's not been my experience. I've never dated a man who lacked in the romance department. I've never dated a man who didn't want to like spoil me and give to me, be romantic, take me out, like be proactive. Like, I've never dated a man like that, but that doesn't mean that I haven't seen it, because I have. You know, that's just reality, but I don't know. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen it so many times. And no, it's not everybody, but if it's not you, don't insert yourself in like the conversation and be like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about. But all jokes aside, y'all, now that I have a boy, I'm so scared. How do I not raise one of those? Yes, he has a dad. He has other male figures in his life. He has uncles and all of that who can give him that wisdom and guidance that I trust to give him that wisdom and guidance. But also, I'm still his mom, though. Like, how do I not raise one of those? I'm so scared. Raising a boy is scary. Like, and he's a Pisces boy. Ugh. And I speak life over him. I pray over him. Like, you know, but I'm worried that, because, y'all, most, and don't get mad at me, y'all, because I promise I'm not like projecting my pain. Most men are not good people. Like, they're just not. Whether they have both parents in the home, whether they're raised just by their dad or just by their mom, most men are not good people. And I'm like, how can I avoid raising an entitled, like, most people aren't good people. Yeah, but most people who aren't good people are men. Like, I get what you're saying, Luke. You're not wrong, but men make up most of the population, and most men are not good people. Like, I'm just being honest. I'm not projecting any pain or hurt, like, statistically. Like, if you ever look up, 75% of diagnosed narcissists are men. That's just diagnosed. 75% of diagnosed narcissists are men. I'm not shaming men at all. Like, I'm being honest. Like, do both, honey. Go to the spa and get your lashes done. I would probably get my lashes done, then go to the spa, unless you plan on getting a facial first. Then I would go to the spa first, get the facial, and then go get my lashes done. Your light will lead him in the right direction, but be blunt with him. Don't accept no BS, and you'll be all good. Men are held to a low standard, especially in America's. Yes. Surround him with good role models, male role models, and mentors. Thank y'all for y'all kind words. I thought y'all was gonna eat me up. Girls are so much easier to raise, and they're so much more. I'm not gonna say they're more fun, but girls are easier. I don't know why people are scared to have girls. Girls are so easy. I only have time for one today, so lashes. Yes, honey. I just dated a Pisces man, lovable, but yeah. But you know what I realized? Treat yourself well and self-care so he will see all women deserve this. Yeah, I mean, that's a given. And also with my daughter. But one thing I realized, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong or if y'all can relate, I think the reason that a lot of men grow up to be like emotionally unstable is because when they're babies, they're extremely emotional. Like, baby boys and baby girls are like usually polar opposites. Baby boys are very emotional. They're very sensitive. They're not as strong as baby girls are. And I think that most people who are raising a little boy, they don't understand how to deal with that, because you see this little boy and then you kind of compare him to grown men because you're seeing into the future. You're seeing how the men around you act. And usually those men come off as emotionally mature, even though they're really not. They're just suppressing their emotions. So you see that little boy and you're like, why are you crying so much? Like, calm down. Like, you can't, most people cannot deal with how emotional a baby boy is. So they tell him to suck it up, be a man, stop crying. They don't teach him how to have like, healthy emotions and emotional regulation. They don't teach that to little boys, because it's like little boys are so sensitive, and it's like you get confused, like, you're a boy, why are you so sensitive? I think that's why, because most people can't deal with that. Like it's harder to deal with than versus a girl. My daughter got more sensitive as she aged, but as a child, she was not as like clingy and emotionally like attached to me. Like he's super sensitive and emotional. And I was listening to this TikTok, or was it a movie? I was watching something. No, it was a movie I was watching. And they just said something like it was like a baby boy crying or something, and the woman had held the baby boy and she was like, you know, that these little men just want to be heard. And that really stuck with me because men always say that when they get older, like, I just want to be heard. Nobody listens to me. And I feel like it's because as a child, they just weren't listened to because they had all these emotions and feelings and like so much sensitivity. And it was always dismissed because they were a boy. And it's like, it's not fair. Just because you're a boy doesn't mean you can't have emotions. You can't be sensitive. So I think that's why. So what I do with my son even now, like if he cries, because he cries for no reason all the time. Like he's well behaved, but he cries for no reason. And a reason I know it's for no reason is because he is very clingy and he wants to be around me 24/7, which that's fine. Like I love that. But sometimes I may need to clean up. So I'll put him in his playpen and I'm like, all right, he's crying, he's screaming, but I'm like, okay, he has to learn how to self-soothe a little bit. And I need to finish sweeping this floor. So I'm gonna continue sweeping. I'm gonna let him cry. And then once I'm done, you know, because I see him, he's dry, he has a dry diaper, he's been fed, he just wants me. He just wants me all the time, which is cute, but I said that to say it's like you just gotta let them, you gotta think of it like especially if it's a baby, like if they're older, you just gotta let them have their emotions. You gotta let them cry it out. You gotta let them like express themselves to you even as a baby, and you can't let it frustrate you because if you've ever had excuse me, if you've ever had a little boy or a little brother, they're so sensitive. They're so sensitive. Like you just gotta let them be heard and let them express themselves properly. And once they get older and y'all can have communications, like once they become a toddler, let them know, okay, I'm gonna let them cry, let them have their emotions, put them in timeout or a cool down spot or something. And once they're done feeling that, because they need to release it, have a conversation with them about their emotions, but also teach them healthier ways to express their emotions. Because even whether it's a girl or a boy, you can't be out here throwing temper tantrums. Like, I don't care who you are. That's not cute. That's not how you handle your emotions. So just like with my daughter, I've taught her deep breaths. I've taught her to like count to 10. I've taught her to like have some quiet time and go read a book. I feel like they don't do that with boys. They just tell them to shut up. And that's the problem. Like once they get older, and it's not about coddling them, because I know some of y'all disagree because you're like, no, he needs to be a man. He's not a man, he's a boy. It's not about coddling them. It's just about teaching healthy emotional regulation, which a lot of adults, women and men, do not know how to do. Yep, being put down and told to man up and get older and feel like they have to show their masculine energy sexually because that's where it's easiest to feel and express. Yes, and that's the only time they feel like a man is when they're like penetrating somebody. Like, excuse me. That's facts. People shut little boys up constantly thinking it will make them strong, and it just makes them weak. You have 2 kids, you don't look like it at all. Thanks. I'm about to have another one. That's not reality, not the truth. Men with good moms respect the relationship. Read this. No man would choose a friend to walk beside him over a woman. Most men cannot keep up with the women. I don't know what you mean, Robert, but we can agree to disagree. So this is what you people are doing behind me. I'm off. Okay. Thank you, HY. A Pisces boy or a man will be more concerned about how you make them feel. Right. I've heard that. I've just heard that they can be manipulative, but a lot of water signs are like that. So I just don't want him to be like that. Like, I don't want to be the type of parent that is so concerned about how their child will turn out that I'm just like, I ruin it. Like, I'm going to watch him develop and see where he's going, but I'm just scared about raising a boy, y'all. I just am. That's crazy. There are grown men who act the way you are describing. I never was like that, and I wonder when I see these actions who raised them. Girl, Mike, they be blaming it on women. Girl, listen to you explain that. I think your son will be well growing up because of your mindset. I hope so. Communication is important. My father was raised in a loving home and still ended up a monster. I used to think narcissists were how they were because of trauma, but so often it's because of privilege and entitlement. That is so true. Like you can raise to be loving, but let's say you grew up in a loving household, but you like as a man, you were never taught any responsibility. You were never taught to like work hard for what you want. You were taught that, let's say you were taught that women are supposed to like break their back to work hard for their family, and you're just supposed to let her do whatever, or their mom coddled them. That happens all the time. Their mom coddled them so much that they're just like, they think they can do no wrong. Like I can totally see a man being brought up, and matter of fact, I know a woman like this. It's being brought up in a really good household and was given so much love, but they grew up to be entitled because they were taught like they're the most perfect thing in the world and everybody's just supposed to bend to their will. And then they do that to their children and their wife. So it's true. It's very true. I'm a water sign and not manipulative. My stepfather, a Pisces, and mom, Aries. And we thought he was the narc, but it was her, reactive abuse. No, I don't think all water signs are manipulative, but it's very common if you have a lot of water in your chart or water placements. So, of course, there's always going to be somebody who's not like that, but it's definitely possible. It's the story of the whole baby boomer generation, right? It's so true, though. It's so true. It's just crazy. It's a tough battle. It's a tough battle. And then, like, their dad, he has different, he listens to me when it comes to parenting. He's very open to my parenting, the way I want to parent my kids, but because we have a boy now, it's different because a lot of times I feel like whatever guidance and wisdom he can give my son would be better than anything I can give because I'm a woman. But he's like, he's a mama's boy. He really is a mama's boy. And I just watched I just watched that y'all know that show I Fell in Love with the Mama's Boy on Hulu. I just watched that and I'm like, you gotta be that type of mom. Like you gotta be like a weirdo and have like emotional incest with your son to bring in that mama's boy type. But he is a total mama's boy. I'm not gonna be one of those weirdos moms, but he's a mama's boy, and I feel like my daughter gravitates more towards her dad, and he so far gravitates more towards me. So I don't know. It's scary. It's scary raising a little boy. I'm sorry. It's scary. I don't think it's anything against women, but I do feel like it takes one to know one. Like there's a lot of things that his dad can teach him that I can't. Like I think both parents can show by example, but I just like we he's like I said, he's very open to my parenting styles because he was raised like really old school. And I was raised old school too a little bit, but I also saw the toxicity in that. And I'm worried that his parenting style for a boy specifically will be more so like, you need to man up. You need to be a man. Like, I've noticed changes in his approach. Like, he's understanding of, because he sees now in this world, because social media is so open, like, that is what produces toxic masculinity, like telling a man like you can't have feelings and emotions, you need to man up. So he understands that, but at the same time, like he's a man, I'm not. You know, like this is a boy. So I don't know. It's interesting. So I try not to step on his toes on the things that he wants to do with his son, but I'm also just like, please don't raise a toxic masculine, like because I can't deal with that. Like that, I would be so embarrassed. Oh my god, if a girl ever came to me and said my son cheated on her, I would put him on his. I'm not gonna say that. Maybe it'll balance out because of your style. Yeah, I think so. And like I said, he has uncles, he has other people in his life that he can look up to. So I'm just sharing my parenting fears with y'all because raising a boy is so different. It's just so different. He's so clingy and he just like loves his mom so much. Like he just like anywho, y'all. I'm gonna stay on a few more minutes. I'm really waiting for my phone to die. And I don't have nothing to do because he's asleep. I done already cleaned up. March 7th, he's a Pisces. Just give baby boy time. He may be a daddy's boy eventually. I would love that. That would be so cute. And hopefully Callie comes back to my team. Callie, y'all, she be humbling me. She be humbling me every day. Callie is me times. Callie is me with like she's kind-hearted, but she is not as kind-hearted as I was. Like I was super sweet. Like I was the sweetest little girl ever. Callie, she's sweet, but she is feisty already. Like she looks like me, but she acts like her dad. She is she looks like me, but she acts like her dad, but bougie. I'll say that. And she is Sag. Like the world is not ready for Callie because she is like she don't play, but she's sweet though. She not gonna be the type to like you're not walking all over her, you're not running all over her. She's gonna speak her mind. She's snapping back. Like one thing with her, like I had to growing up, a big mistake I made with my daughter, how I raised her, I always just told her how perfect she was and how amazing she was and she was the best thing in the world. And as she got older, I noticed how much of an issue that was because she started to feel like entitled. Like, because she was super spoiled and she just like took everything I said so seriously. She started to get entitled and just felt like because like she used to be like, whenever I would tell her like, no, she can't have something, she'd be like, I'm Callie. Like, what are you talking about? Like, she really felt like because her name was Callie and she was Callie, you cannot tell her no. And I had to like, her dad, and I noticed she was never like that with her dad. Her dad had to like teach me how to like break her out of that because I just felt like she was a little baby. She was a cute little toddler. She can do no wrong. Why can't she have her way? Why can't I spoil her all the time? And when she got older, y'all, I'm paying for it right now because now I'm having to break her out of the entitlement that she has. And I have to teach her how to be grateful now. Like, I've been teaching her about gratitude. So she'll say something like, for example, well, my friend at school has a unicorn on their chapstick and it's cuter than mine. She'll say that. And she's basically telling me, like, why don't I have one of those? And then she'll turn around in the next sentence and say, but I'm grateful for the one I have. Like, she's so funny. Like, I'm trying to teach her, like, not to be entitled, not to be a follower, not to, like, ooh, this child is so bougie, y'all. Like, y'all just don't know. So that's one of the mistakes I made with parenting her. Like, I'm trying to teach her to be happy for other people, clap for other people. The world does not revolve around you. Like, child, y'all don't even know. Yeah, she challenges me, but she also teaches me patience. So I need that. Love is the answer. Yeah, Sag don't play. But Sag are also like, one thing about Sag people don't ever give y'all credit for is how really intuitive y'all are. She is very intuitive. She's very smart too, very gifted. Sagittarius are like super intuitive. I hear by the time boys are like 7 or 8, the dad's present presence is more vital, like in Boys in the Hood when Angela Bassett took her son to live with his dad. I'm screaming. But facts. You need to allow the world to function. Makes are so dependent on their mom. They're trying to tell you security, not too much control, answer the truth. No, I'm not trying to remove my role from his life at all. Like that's never gonna happen. I just want to make sure I'm not like, I don't want to raise an entitled little mama's boy who like doesn't respect women and is lazy and isn't held to the same standard as like his sister. Because in my household, because I have an older brother who's like 7 years older than me. He was like, you know how the firstborn get done. The firstborn get done the worst. So he was like, he grew up to be very educated, well-rounded, just did everything perfect. He's like the golden child of the family. Like he does everything perfect for the most part. But I have 2 other brothers, and I feel like once my mom had them and then had me, she raised me to like be more. She helped me to a higher standard than she did my twin brothers, and it showed in life. March 7th, he's going to be real smart. He's going to love movies and music, even might be some kind of artist with a lot of emotions. He's going to question everything. When he gets older, he's going to love his alone time. You know, it's crazy you say that, Beats, because I read his birth chart, and it does say that, like, he's going to be the type of person who he might be like a homebody or like an introvert. I think I was raised wrong at age 8. I was doing the garden. My grandma would say I eat what I planted in Bible study. I'm a Sag moon. You have to have patience with us, Sag. You really do. And you got to let a Sagittarius have their voice, because you do not. The worst thing you can do is suppress the voice of like really any fire sign or any child, but just really a Sagittarius. You doomed. Wow, that's crazy to say that. I'm not doomed. I'm not doomed. Because, you know what? He's moving. I'm not doomed because I'm learning. Okay, I'm learning, and she's only 5. I have time. Usually by age 7 is when kids are like, they've developed most of who they're going to be for a little while, until like probably 25, or they hit puberty. I'm not doomed at all. I made a mistake. It was my first child. Now I know better. Because I was never big on discipline. Like, and when I say discipline, I just mean like guidance and order and structure. Like, I just felt like it was her world and I'm just living in it, and she caught onto that quick. And she was like, "Oh, this is Callie's world. I'm about to do what I want. I can do what I want. I can have what I want. I can say what I want." And she's not a bad kid. Like, I'm not saying she's just out here cussing me out and like screaming. And she's not a bad kid. She's very well behaved. She's always been. She's just very spoiled. So even if she says something to you that's like, "Girl, what?" She says it in like the sweetest way. But most people would think, "Oh, that's so cute." It's not cute, because I don't want her growing up feeling like she's better than anybody. That's what I don't want. So I just be on her. I have to humble her a little bit, because I want my daughter to know that she's the ish. But I have to humble her just a little bit, because she was like tap dancing on the side of like, "Oh, I'm better than everybody." And I'm like, "Girl, no, you're not." So I have to remind her, like, you are amazing, but not everybody in the world is going to think you're amazing. But just remember that just because somebody else doesn't think that you're amazing, You need to focus on how you feel about you. If you're happy with you, if you know that you're beautiful and smart, it's okay if other people don't tell you that. Like, that's okay. Because she also really cares about how other people feel. And I be having to tell her, like, so? Like, she'll come home and be like, oh, my friend at school said they didn't like my hair. I was like, okay, well, tell them that you like it. So what? So what if they don't like your hair? I be having to tell her because she's very like sweet and all of that, but she just, yeah, we working on it. Okay, just know that we working on it. That's all that matters. I've been able to heal my inner child while raising my daughter because she's a Sagittarius sun and I'm a Sagittarius moon. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I have one Sag placement and I think I'm Pluto and Sag because my generation of Gen Z. That's it. We are very different. We relate to like girly stuff, but she's wild. I know where she gets it from, but I'm not really like that. Like, Callie's gonna be the type of person that she's always gonna be on a trip. She's never gonna be at home. She's always gonna be taking a flight somewhere. She's gonna be very well traveled. She does not like being in the house. She wants to be outside every day. She wants to party every day. Every day's a party. Everywhere she goes is a party. Everything is a reason to celebrate. She's like the party girl. She's a party girl. I'm not a party girl. Like, I'm fun and I can be like, I'll get out the house, do fun things, I guess, but I'm more so homebody. She's not. She hates being in the house. She gets that from her dad. Like, that's why I think she loves her dad so much, because both of them are like, they love to party. They want to party every day. Exactly, rock stars. They want to party. They want to be outside. They want to be in the streets riding around. Like, that's what she loves. And I'm just like, I want to be in the house. Me and Carter want to be in the house. We want to be in the house. We want to be laid up, chilling in the house. Clean, air conditioned, clean food, just in the house. They want to be outside, like, real bad. I want to, when she gets older, I want to see, like, I'm going to try to get her if she wants to go to school. I'm going to try to force her to go to school. I know that sounds bad, for at least 1 year. But I want her to go to school, like, what's it called? Is it foreign exchange student? Like, go to school in like Italy or something, or like in New York, just somewhere else. Which she's probably gonna do that anyway, but yes, a traveler, every reason to celebrate, LOL, make her own holidays. Yes. Y'all real. Y'all be outside. I can't keep up. And it's hard because I'm like, I just want to be in the house. Callie, like, can we go to the park? I'm like, girl, it's thundering outside. What you mean, can we go to the park? Can we go somewhere? Just anywhere, mommy. Can we go anywhere? I just want to go somewhere. I'm like, oh my God, please. Like, can I just relax? The streets is dangerous. I mean, that was a figure of speech, but streets is dangerous for sure. She was born on the 22nd. Wow, that's funny. He is knocked out, boy. Thank you, Trident Hot Topics. It's almost 1 o'clock. Hey, unapologetically Cynthia. I'm like this type of person. I'll be in the house for 6 months straight and then be outside for like a month straight, and then I'm back in the house for 6 months. Like, you gotta catch me just when I feel like being outside. Because I'll go outside and have fun, but I'm not doing it every day. I don't know how people do that every day. And that's great, and I know y'all living your best life, but I can't. Like, I'm in the house, honey. You're not gonna catch me in the mix, ever. You gonna catch me in the mix every 6 months. But when I'm outside, I'm outside. I'm having fun. I'm gonna be the life of the party. But, honey, I'm in the house. I'm in the house. I'll be having so much fun. It's crazy because homebodies, we really be having fun in the house. We don't even gotta be doing it. We could just be like in our room, watching a movie, watching a podcast, a little glass of wine or something, eating some good food, and we just feel like we're having the time of our life. Okay, bye, Luke. I just like to go outside, just enjoy nature. LOL. I don't necessarily have to be around people. Yeah, I wish I was that type of person. Yeah, but that is true though. When I was younger, I think I wasn't really a homebody. Now that I think about it, I used to have a lot of fun. I used to be always on the move, always doing stuff. But now I'm just like, I don't want to. I don't want to. And I think also because I don't have like a big friend group like I used to, it was easier to plan things. So if they were like, let's go somewhere, of course I'm going to say yes. But now that I don't really have a big friend group, it's just, it's not, those options don't present themselves. So I have to remind myself, like, I'm an adult. I got my own money. If I want to take a trip, I can. But I would have to do a solo trip, and I just don't want to. I don't have to do a solo trip. I can do a family trip, but I just want him to be a little bit older. Yeah, studies are fun. People don't understand us homebodies since they can't do it. No. That's one thing I cannot stand about them too. And he's a Leo. She's a Sag. They don't know how to sit down. They don't know how to be bored. It's like even when they're sitting, they're always in movement. Like, just sit down somewhere. You like the pacing, the like you sit in a chair, you spinning around in the chair. Like, those two do not know how to be bored. Like, that's what I'm trying to teach my daughter, to be bored. She does not know how to do that. She's going to like, even if I'm like, all right, Callie, let's have some quiet time and just sit down. She's like, okay. Like, can you stop? Leo, Sag, Aries, they're a vibe if you're depressed. Yeah. All the fire signs I met are like that. Y'all be outside. Hey, my friend, been a follower for a while now, big fan. Thank you, Elu. Yeah. Y'all don't know how to sit down. Earth sign can just like, I don't know. I've met some Capricorns that can be on the move a little bit more, but that's because they are trying to make sure that they're not missing no money, I feel like. But most like Taurus and Virgo, we like to lay down. A Taurus male. I haven't met a lot of Taurus men. I haven't heard good things, but I know one Taurus male. I think I met one Taurus male before, and he was very sweet. He was very like, what's the word? Is it chivalrous? Is that the word, chivalrous? He was very like, I don't know the word I want to use. I'm gonna say romantic. Like, he was super romantic. He was very sweet, I could see the control issues that people always say Tauruses have, that act out in relationships. I could see the control issues that he had, but he was very sweet, very romantic, very giving. Yeah, my daughter a Capricorn, but she chill. Is divine timing real? I'm trying to figure out how does past life play into that and how we manifest, but yet we still waiting. What are you waiting on? I told you about that waiting. I feel like a lot of y'all, like, who be waiting for something, you're sending out the energy to, like, God and the universe that you're okay with waiting by constantly, like, dwelling in the wait. The fountain of youth is found in the present, right? Just live your life. Don't live your life focusing on the future or the past. Just be in the present. What you waiting for? That's why I connected with you from day one about 3 years ago, Virgo. Yes. Virgos, we an interesting bunch. We not for everybody. I'm a Virgo rising. Virgos are like, you know, I say I'm an acquired taste. If you don't like me, then acquire some taste. That's how I would describe a Virgo. Like, they're an acquired taste, but if you don't like them, do you really have taste? Libra female. Okay, I like Libras. Libras be lying though, I heard. I'm a Leo with that same problem. Can't be still except when I'm meditating or sleeping. And y'all got an issue. Y'all need to stop. I'm just saying. I cannot stand that. Like, I cannot. I cannot stand somebody who do not know how to sit down. Like, ever. Like, even if it's like, okay, I'll go outside. We'll be outside with. I can be outside with you. We can do all of that and have fun. But at some point, we have to stop. At some point, we got to sit down, and they don't want to do it ever. And I can't. You either gonna like or hate us. That's so true. How about male Sagittarius? I've never met a male Sagittarius. But I haven't heard good things. I know I keep saying that, but I haven't heard good things. I heard that male Sagittarius, like the fact that, like I said, Sagittarius don't know how to sit down. Y'all have a hard time being faithful. But I feel like that's what Aries and Sagittarius specifically have a hard time being faithful. Because Aries is like, for example, Aries will like meet somebody and let's say it's a man. She the best thing in the world. And then 2 days later, he'll meet the best thing in the world again. And a week later, he'll meet the best thing in the world again. And it's like, he just, like, a Aries man specifically, I can say, not all of them are like that, though. Not all of them. But they like, are really impulsive. Like, ooh, I like her. But I like her. I like her. And I feel like Sagittarius are like that, too. But it's a little bit more toxic. Like a Sag, I wouldn't. Okay, Aries. I'll say this about an Aries male. An Aries male will probably not keep all of his options. Like, he gonna narrow it down to the ones he really like. Let's say he like a real player type. He's either gonna be on to the next one and he keep one girl all the time, or he's gonna limit his options. A Sagittarius male to me can be greedy, and it's like, I'm not getting rid of none of y'all. I'm keeping all of y'all. So I feel like y'all, it's like both impulsivity and just not being able to sit down. I don't know. I don't know much about Sagittarius male though. I know Sagittarius in general are very like, very curious, very mischievous. They like to acquire knowledge. Like, they want to learn a lot. Excuse me. Definitely can be very fun. I think they could be really good friends as well. They're usually very gifted somehow. I feel like they could be very gifted in like in the art form. He said Offset explains this, LOL. He not the only one. Think of all the Sagittarius. Right, don't get a Sagittarius. Don't let him be a Sagittarius man with money. Like, yeah. He think he king. He think he God. Male Sagittarius are wild. I'm a male Sagittarius. Right, just running amok, always moving around. It's insane. I'm screaming. Taurus women are so cute and classy with it, but have a wild side. Love y'all. Period. Trust nature, medicine, meditation. Keep looking up, eyes on the horizon. You can't see what's going on. There's an evolved Sagittarius and an unevolved Sagittarius. An unevolved Sag loves women. I mean, loving women, there's nothing wrong with that. Loving love, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like, don't be toxic. Like, I don't know. A lot of times, I think one big trait of Sag males can be like, and maybe even women, they think they're God. I'm sorry to hear that, Herb. To me, that's extremely toxic, moving impulsively and not giving thought and taking time making choices. Yes, that's toxic. I'm saying there are players and very toxic. I mean, yeah, like we can think of so many examples. And I feel like the worst part is they don't see nothing wrong with it. Like they don't ever, like they will blame it on you. Like, why you catching feelings? I've never dated a Sag male, but I'm just saying, like, if they hurt you, it's like, but what you catch feelings for? Or why you go through my phone? See, now you got your heart broke because you went through my phone. It's like that type of toxic. Like they don't even like, it's like they don't even want to apologize. It's like they want to flip it back on you. Gaslighters. I always end up with Virgos and Pisces. I haven't dated a lot, period. Like seriously dated, but I will say, like I told y'all, my first boyfriend ever was an Aries. And it's just a funny time. It was just funny every time I think about it. Like I used to be in love and he used to be like scared, like what the is wrong with this girl? But I don't know. I've dated Aries before, Libra male. Yuck. Disgusting. Leo, I mean, my child's father is a Leo. I haven't dated a lot, but I haven't also dated a lot of signs either. They will give you the Bible talk, be fruitful and multiply and love friends with benefits. Ew! What's unfair? Ew, friends with benefits. Just different, half man, half horse. Oh, Libras as well. My brother's a Libra. He's not a bad guy though, but he's not a bad guy. But I don't know the real him. I'm just playing. I love Leos, but I think it's because I'm a Leo moon. I like Leos. I had a best friend that was a Leo before. All the Leos I've been around were like, they were good. I would date another Leo though. I'm a Leo rising. I would date another Leo, but I don't know, maybe not, because the only thing I don't like about Leo men, like it got to be something else going on in that chart, because I feel like a lot of times Leo men want to be the center of attention. Like Leos period want attention. Like it's something to do with their like their birthright. They're meant to have attention, but I don't really like men like that who like want attention and want to be seen and just like want to be like just extra. I don't like that at all. That's like the only thing I don't like about Leos. Like you always trying to be seen. You always want to just like, they'll walk in the room and be like, hey y'all, Leo's here. Leo's here, y'all. And it's like, okay, we see you. Your outfit already loud. Like I just I don't know. I don't know if fire signs would be my thing. I've never dated a water sign though, like ever. We don't like flashy men as Virgos. I can't stand a flashy, like, loud man. Like, to me, that's kind of feminine, and I just can't deal with it. Me either. Divine Goddess, you killing me. Me either. To me, people that want to be seen have low self-esteem doing too much. I mean, some people are like that. I don't want my lover being like that. Like, if you were my friend, I wouldn't care. But if you're my lover, no. Because what? Just relax. He shot up a house party because what I had on. What? Oh my God. That sounds like Leo. Oh my God. Leos are crazy. Like, the women and the men, Leos are crazy. Oh my God. That sounds, yeah, that's Leo. It's almost kind of scary how crazy Leos can be. They can be really like Aries too, but I see the craziness more in Aries women than Aries men. I feel like Aries men can definitely tweak, but it's like you wouldn't know by looking at them, but it's there. So it's scary. Fire signs are scary. Sagittarius belong to a Gemini. Sag and Gemini, that's a good combo. Fire and fire is not good, even though they say Sag and Leo belong. Sag and Leo is a good combo too. I can't believe he shot up the house. Controlling. Yeah, Leos can be controlling for sure. Oh my God, girl. That's just crazy. That is insane. Taurus can be like that too, though. Like I actually I know about it. There's another Taurus. I wasn't dating him, but I was just acquainted with him because somebody else. He was crazy, but it's like their Taurus are like assassin crazy. They're not gonna make a scene. It's like they're like snipers. They're probably not gonna make a scene. I don't know if they do, then something really wrong. But they got another side to them. There's like it's a buildup. It's a buildup. It reminds me of like the Joker. Yes, like they're just like they'll do some crazy stuff and just sit there and just smile at you like. But all right, y'all, my phone is on 2%, so I gotta go. Plus, I'm hungry, but I love y'all. I can't promise I'm gonna post tonight. We'll see. But I'm just recovering from this little cold I had. But y'all meditate, okay? Please meditate. Please, like, practice emotional regulation. They're gonna keep on, like, throwing things at us, trying to throw us off, trying to make us feel like the world is ending. The world is not ending. You still gonna be rich, you still gonna be happy, you still gonna be wealthy, you're still going to get every single thing that you want out of life. Do not let them fool you, y'all. Do not let them fool you. It's a lie, okay? Do not believe the fear, okay? Like I said in the beginning, you can inform yourself, but do not absorb it, right? Observe, but don't absorb it. There's no purpose in doing that. Like, you're gonna be fine, I promise you, okay? But I love y'all. See y'all later. Bye.